Kremke was once the entrance to Crocodile Isle, and it's where the Kongs take their first real steps on the island itself. It might be the third world of the game, but Kremke marks the beginning of the game's second act, and the first part of a three-part story within a story, so to speak. It's a twisted riff on Gangplank Galleon that uses its stagnant, somber environment to tell a unique story, and set the tone for what's to come. It's also my favorite part of the game. This is part 52 of Overthinking Donkey Kong Country 2. This is our first dual-screen overworld. Unlike the original DKC, most of DKC2's worlds are single screens, so Kremke getting literally twice the screen space feels special to me. It immediately gives the impression of stepping into a larger world, even if it is mostly smoke and mirrors. It's also the only one that's horizontal, moving from left to right. The other dual screen maps either cut away or move upward. Not that that has anything to do with anything. Kremke is one of the coolest maps in the game too. Look at it. It's a pirate ship that's been ripped in two and left to rot in a swamp. What more could you ask for? The trees in the background, identical and dead, stretch on endlessly, towering over the bog. The palette here is truly beautiful. All earth tones with a base of green and a complement of browns, and highlights of red bulrushes. Seems like something not worth talking about, but I feel like it's quite the opposite. Stuff like this needs to be acknowledged and celebrated. The Kremke overworld is a stunning, expertly rendered work of art that most of us are too busy enjoying the game to even notice. The opening near the boss fight is bright yellow, with what appears to be the hexagonal pattern of the Hive level's interior. So maybe once upon a time, King Zing was slated to be the boss of Kremke. If that's the case, I'm glad he was moved. Makes way more sense in Crazy Kremland, and would have robbed us of the Cudgel fight. A fight that feels way more at home here in the swamps. Speaking of Cudgel, let's take a look at the levels of Kremke. Our introduction to Kremke takes place on the boardwalks of Barrel Bayou. Gameplay wise, it's all about the new rotatable barrel cannons. Rambi makes an appearance here too. But Barrel Bayou's biggest strength is its atmosphere. It's our first swamp level, and like Hothead Hop before it, immediately sets the tone for the world. It's also just, like, one of the coolest scenes in the game. The visuals of the swamp combined with David Wise doing his best Phil Collins impersonation is just so damn perfect. When I say the game truly kicks off around here, you can already start to see what I mean in Barrel Bayou. Kremke and the two following worlds are where DKC2 comes into its own, forming an identity separate from its predecessor. I'm getting off track. From the ruined port of Barrel Bayou, the Kongs approach the wrecked ship, opting to enter via the flooded hold. This makes absolutely no sense, but it's a video game, so let's just go with it. Glimmer's Galleon introduces Glimmer, who functions as a sort of underwater Squawks. The level is absolutely stunning. Ditto the end section where we make it onto the ship's deck, which gives us a preview of Rattle Battle. From the ship, the Kongs head back onto the boardwalk for Crockhead Clamber, where they traverse the swamp atop the heads of the Crockheads, who are just goofing off in the water. I hate to say it, but this is one of the closest things DKC2 has to a nothing level. It's a visually stunning riff on what we saw in Barrel Bayou, and it brings in the giant bulrushes. But for gameplay, it's just around the new Crockhead barrels, and introduces Cutlass, a new and wholly unique Kremling variant. You know what, if this is a nothing level, then it's a pretty fucking amazing nothing level. The color palette and the giant bulrushes make us feel like we've stumbled into some magical place, and the giant flora ties it into the bramble levels we'll see later. I'm getting off track again, but can you blame me? This game is fucking incredible. They make it onto the front half of the ship, where Rattly takes center stage for Rattle Battle. The sky is green, Rattly is green, the bad guys are green, everything is green, and everything looks awesome. Parting ways with Rattly, Slime Climb sees the Kongs move from the deck to the rigging, where they desperately climb to the highest part of the foremast as the front of the ship seems to be sinking. Snapjaw circles them all the while, just waiting for them to slip. This one's very green too, but less toxic waste and more toxic gas. And just like that, we've said goodbye to the 3 ship levels without even realizing it. The Kongs make a leap of faith from the top of the mast and into the giant brambles suspended in the thicket. Squawk shows up here in a very out of the way area and helps the Kongs out of the dangerous maze. Bramble Blast gives us our first look at the giant brambles that snake about the entire island from its swampy roots to its fortress peak, and could hint as to the strange power that's potentially killing the island itself. Back on relatively dry land, the Kongs are stopped from leaving Kremke by Cudgel, a brick shithouse of a Kremling with more than a passing resemblance to Clubber. This resemblance might be more than simple palette swapping, and could hint at the true nature of the Guardian of the Lost World, or maybe not. Either way, Cudgel bites it, and the Kongs move up to Crazy Kremland. I don't know if this was deliberate, but I love the juxtaposition of Gangplank Galleon and Kremke. Both see you traveling from the back of the ship to the front, from the lowest point to the highest, but both have totally different atmospheres and emotions. Deliberate or not, I think it ties in very well with the overall theme of Kremki and the cyclical nature of the Kremling's self-destruction. This is the third wrecked ship we've seen in as many worlds, and it's not the last we'll see before it's all said and done either. So I think it's fair to posit the theory that the Kremlings are stuck in this cycle of destruction that inevitably ends with them crashing back on this cursed island. Whether their endeavor was to search for treasure or simply escape Crocodile Isle, they're always drawn back here. I think it goes a bit further than that too. I've said it before in this series, but to me, the second act of DKC2 comprises of Kremki, Crazy Kremland, and Gloomy Gulch, with each world serving as symbols of the Kremling's past, present, and future. Kremki is the remains of past attempts. It's the ruins of something greater. Ultimately, it's the end result of a lesson the Kremlings are seemingly incapable of learning. And with that, we say goodbye to Kremki, and my favorite area of the game. I've said this so many times on this channel, but when we say goodbye to a level theme, I always get weirdly sentimental about it. So for us to be done with not just 3 level themes here, but the 3 that kicked off the game, it really hits home, you know? I can't explain it. Anyway, onward and upward, literally.